Hello, I am Sarah Michelle with Happiness and Heals. I am a sex, love, and intimacy coach for female entrepreneurs. And today I want to talk to you about the importance of grounding and grounding your energy. For most of you, this isn't going to be a new concept or a new term, and that's all right. But I want to share with you a few techniques to do it and just why it's so helpful. And also for those of you who are like super busy and are like, oh my God, I can't add one more thing to my day, I'm going to show you 2 ways to ground your energy without adding anything to your day. Okay? So stay tuned. All right. Now, the reason that grounding your energy is important for your feminine is because what happens as we go throughout our day and we become ungrounded is we move into our mind. We move into logic and processing with our brain. And using logic is a masculine energy. And if we move into that and we don't have a good balance with our feminine, or we don't have a good healthy masculine energy, maybe I should say, it can turn into anxiety. And we really don't want to be experiencing anxiety. If you've ever experienced anxiety before, like, it is just terrible. It just sucks. And it's something that can be avoided in most cases. So also, the feminine is in the moment. It's connected with the things around it. So, like to the earth or to the different elements, right? Because the feminine is sensual. So it's actually feeling, smelling, tasting, hearing, all of these different things, seeing the environment around it, right? And so what grounding does is it pulls us back into the moment. It pulls us back into our body so that we can actually experience the here and now. Okay, so there's normal, sorry for that word. There are common ways of grounding, which are go outside and put your feet on the ground, barefoot, right? And that actually changes. I've read the science before, but I have to say I'm not big on science, so I can't regurgitate it to you super well. But if you want to go study stuff, I do remember at the time reading some stuff that came out of Arizona State University. But there's definitely studies on it if you wanted to know the science behind it. I don't know if it's when we're stressed, we have positive ions and then the earth has negative, so it helps balance those, or if it's vice versa, but it has something to do with that. So you can do regular stuff like that, which to enhance that experience, if that's what you're going to do, is stand in the grass. I keep looking over here. You're probably like, what is she looking at? I'm looking out my door at the ground as if you can see it and know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. So you can ground, and something that will enhance that experience is to just take a metal spoon, like an actual stainless steel spoon, and rub it across the bottom of your foot first. Charges your foot, and then you can go outside. If you don't want to just stand barefoot in the yard, you can take a walk too. That's all great. If you have indoor plants, you can touch your plants. Touch them, talk to them, that sort of stuff. They will help you transmute that energy as well. Now, for the 2 ways you can do this without adding something to your day, well, yes. I'm saying you're not adding something because you're already going to be eating. You might be adding something because it might be a new food for you. But anything that comes from the ground, root vegetables, are very good. I had a client I recommended this to one night because it was late at night and you could just tell her energy wasn't grounded and she was spinning out. And I was like, you know what? That is okay. Let's get you grounded before we have any more conversations, because we can't coach like this, right? We're not going to get anywhere. So she said, well, what can I do? It was like 10:30 at night. And so she did the walking and she ate a baked potato is what she ended up doing. And she felt so much better. And she came back and she's like, I fucking love it when you tell me what to do. And I was like, I know you do, because you're practicing being in your feminine. And I was standing there in my masculine and I was like, here's the container. Here's what you should do. I stopped your spin. It's fucking hot, isn't it? And she's like, yeah. And I said, well, imagine what this will be like when your lover gets here and you can do this playful banter and stuff with a man you're actually sexually attracted to. She's like, shit. I was like, I know, it's going to be amazing. We'll get you there. But anyway, this is the importance of grounding. So one of the ways you can do it without adding anything to your day is that you're already going to be eating. When you eat, add root vegetables to it. Potatoes, carrots, I don't freaking know, look them up. Okay, I'm not a gardener. Another way that you can do it is there's something called a grounding sheet. I have one on my bed. I bought mine from Amazon. I'm sure there's other places you can go if you're not an Amazon person. But what it is a sheet that you place over your bed. I highly recommend that you get the one that's like a strip and not an actual fitted sheet, at least until you know that you like it, because the fitted sheet is, one, very much more expensive, but two, they're kind of scratchy in my experience, and so I don't like the texture of it as much. Whereas, so what I do is I have the one that's a strip and I lay it across the bottom third of my bed. So my feet and my calves, like somewhere to maybe around my knees or whatever, get it while I'm sleeping. It plugs into just the little circle prong in your wall, which is what grounds the electrical current. So it's literally pulling energy from the ground and getting that grounding current. It does not go into the electricity part of it, like the two prongs. And so what it does is it circulates that energy through, I think mine says it has silver or something. There's some wire in the fabric that helps it conduct that grounding energy. And so while you're sleeping, that helps. By the way, pro tip, use this for kids if you have children who struggle with anxiety or sleeping or calming down, any of that sort of stuff. It's supposed to be really beneficial for health as well. But I use it with my daughter. Sometimes she'll go through periods of time where she gets a little more worked up and a little more anxious, and I'll just take it off my bed and lay it on hers, like so I lay it lengthwise on her bed so that her whole body's on it, and she passes out so hard. She loves it. If you're not used to it, they do recommend on the box that you only use it for like 30 minutes at a time. I mean, you can follow or skip that recommendation. I'm a rule breaker. I skipped the recommendation. But I will say that when I first started using it, I did experience like my legs feeling like tingly, almost like they were falling asleep and stuff. I could feel the energy moving through my body. I've gotten so used to it now, I don't pay much attention. But I have done things like gotten it dirty, so I've needed to wash it and then forgotten to put it back on my bed. And I will notice things shifting and changing in my energy, and I'll be like, oh crap, I need to put that back on the bed to help me out. So I really believe that it makes a difference. With that being said, right there, maybe another little tip is if you decide to get a grounding blanket, make sure you find one that's machine washable. They are not all, but mine actually, the cord that plugs into the wall snaps onto the sheet. So you can just unsnap it and then it's machine washable. No, nothing special. It's machine washable. I'm pretty sure it's even, I know I've put it in my dryer, so it must be safe in the dryer too. But there's a few ideas for you to get grounded and get back into your body. Try to practice this as often as possible, but definitely if you feel yourself spinning out, getting into your mind too much, bring that energy back down, ground it out through your feet, okay? You can do this as well, like just energetically. So what you would do is, I'm sitting in a chair, I know I can't show you this whole thing, but you'd be sitting in your chair and put both feet to the floor and just sit and take a few deep breaths. You know what, let's do this right now. We'll do it real quick together. I'll make the video a little longer, but And so just become aware of your breath. And notice like your abdomen and your thighs and stuff start to soften. And what you're gonna do is imagine like energy flowing down your body and out through your feet, connecting with the earth. I actually have a strong energy field around my feet, so it's very easy for me to feel. If you struggle with it, you might want to try practicing grounding in some of the other ways first until you can really get the feel for that energy flowing. But you can just consciously do this and bring that energy down with the intention that this energy that's no longer serving you is being handed over to Mother Earth, and she can transmute it into anything beneficial for anyone, right? Like you're just saying, I no longer need this energy. It's not serving me. Please take it back and do what you need to do with it so that it serves someone else, right? All right, well, I hope you enjoyed those tips for grounding. Let me know how it goes.